Okay, but I'm sorry, it's not me.
Okay,
talk to him. No, ma'am, don't talk to me like that. I'm an adult. Do not talk to me like that. Do not talk to me like that. Tell him.
So Christian Coleman's mom just turned the whole Christian and Sha'Carri mess up a notch because she straight up pulled up on Sha'Carri about that airport fight and the clash between them.
Him to stop.
But I feel like if it was Christian, I believe that's the young man's name, that was on camera assaulting Sha'Carri and pushing.
Whew, it was explosive. When the raw, unedited footage of Christian and Sha'Carri hit the internet, it wasn't just embarrassing, it was dangerous. The clip showed just how chaotic and toxic things had gotten between them. And for Dr. Daphne Coleman, that was her breaking point. To her, this wasn't just petty drama. It was proof her son was stuck in a violent relationship he couldn't escape.
Her around and
She's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar. Okay. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but.
And now the internet can't decide. Is she being overprotective, or is she the only one brave enough to step in and save her son? If you know Dr. Daphne, you already know she rides hard for Christian, no hesitation. So nobody was surprised when she refused to let Sha'Carri slide after laying hands on her son.
She tried to get him arrested in the airport. And the only reason she didn't get him arrested, because when you're in the airport, everything's under surveillance.
But what had everybody's jaws on the floor was how she came at her. Dr. Daphne didn't walk up like some worried parent tiptoeing into her kid's love life. She stormed in like a woman on a mission. She showed up with fire blazing in her eyes and venom in her words. She wasn't trying to talk it out or ask Sha'Carri nicely why she was acting reckless with Christian. No, she came ready to scorch the earth if she had to. Subscribe to Juicy Reel for more wild updates, because this story is just getting started. This was a mom on a mission, willing to go to war if that's what it took to pull her son out of a toxic mess. The only receipts we've got on this face-off come from people inside Sha'Carri's own camp. But, according to them, the whole thing was ugly. Witnesses say Dr. Coleman stormed into that house like a one-woman army, fully ready to tear the roof down brick by brick. And Sha'Carri? Oh, she didn't flinch for a second. She squared up, chin high, daring Christian's mother to put her threats into action. Word is the tension was so thick you could slice it with a knife. For nearly 3 whole minutes, they just stood there, toe-to-toe, eyes locked, like a heavyweight showdown about to explode. People were holding their breath, convinced somebody was about to swing. Thankfully, it never crossed into an actual brawl, and everyone walked away without a scratch. But the air was scorched. And then came the line that shook the room.
So you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian Coleman puts me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar, and that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your.
Dr. Coleman told Sha'Carri, "I always knew you were bad news ever since Christian got involved with you. And now you just proved me right. Forget the threats of calling the cops or demanding she leave her son alone." That line hit harder than anything else she said. Now people are asking the real questions. Were there red flags about Sha'Carri's temper from the start? Did Christian's mom see the warning signs, but bite her tongue to keep the peace? Or has this been bubbling under the surface since day one? For those who don't know, Christian and Sha'Carri had been giving relationship goals vibes way back in 2023. But behind the smiles, was there always trouble brewing?
But you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my possession. But when it comes to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem, and walking up to you guys.
It's
so
not
I'm
legal
not
to
hiding.
argue.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Was there any type of physical?
I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with
Headphones,
anything.
nothing like
On camera, Christian and Sha'Carri looked like the perfect sports power couple. But behind the scenes, not everybody was cheering. Enter Christian's mom, Dr. Daphne Coleman. Now, it's not like she started out despising Sha'Carri or flat out rejecting the relationship, but even in the early days, Daphne had her suspicions. And honestly, the signs were sitting right there in plain sight. From day one, Daphne couldn't ignore how different they were. Christian had always been the quiet, disciplined type, the good kid who followed rules.
Christian, are you serious right now?
So man, in Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand, we were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all.
I appreciate that.
But you have me on camera. But at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have your cameras all back here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical.
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do that to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
All right.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I will.
Made curfew and respected his family. Sha'Carri, on the other hand, came blazing in with that loud, fiery, spotlight-grabbing energy. Some called it charisma, but to Daphne it was a little too much for her reserved son. She worried the two weren't just mismatched. She believed Sha'Carri might be flat-out dangerous for him. Reports say Daphne started catching patterns that sent alarm bells ringing. Suddenly, Christian couldn't come over to see his parents unless Sha'Carri gave the green light. Family dinners and outings would get canceled last minute because Sha'Carri needed him for something. It wasn't just about busy schedules. It was like Christian's whole life had to orbit around her. And what really unsettled Daphne was how Christian reacted whenever anyone, especially his own mom, dared to critique Sha'Carri. This wasn't just him defending his girlfriend like a typical partner. Nah, his responses were sharp, emotional, almost panicked. Like he couldn't even tolerate the slightest shade thrown her way. That level of intensity made Daphne wonder, was her son defending someone he loved, or was he trapped in something way darker? Stay locked on Juicy Reel for the next chapter, because this roller coaster ain't slowing down. That reaction from Christian almost looked like it came out of fear, not love. And get this, there were even times when Dr. Daphne would call her son, only for Sha'Carri to answer his phone and straight up block her from speaking to him. Imagine being a mother, calling your own child, and their partner decides you don't get access? That alone screams red flag. But here's the thing, Daphne wasn't the only one who noticed. The patterns were so loud that almost everyone in Christian's circle saw it too. Siblings, close friends, even his teammates were side-eyeing the situation. Remember that random post that blew up a few months ago? The one that read, "You'll be so much happier when you accept that sometimes people aren't right for us, no matter how badly we want them to be." At first, it looked like just another motivational quote, but then athletes from Team USA started reposting it left and right, and suddenly it didn't look so random anymore. That was them sending Christian a message in plain sight. Sadly, Christian either missed the memo or flat out ignored it, because when that uncut footage of him and Sha'Carri's airport fight dropped online, it became painfully clear this wasn't some one-time slip-up. The rawness of that video hit different. It wasn't just another messy couple argument. It was receipts backing up every warning Daphne had been trying to sound off. And the scariest part? Christian's body language told its own story. He didn't move like a man shocked by chaos. He moved like someone who had been through it before, someone used to the storm. That quiet, resigned energy spoke louder than words. It didn't even look like this was the first time. It looked like Christian was used to it. The way Sha'Carri kept shoving him as he tried to walk away said way more than any press statement ever could. That raw footage stripped away the couple goals image and exposed Sha'Carri's real side in front of the whole world. Because here's the kicker. Before that, she had already tried flipping the script to make herself look like the victim. When she first got arrested, she painted it as just a messy couple fight gone too far. But the moment she realized those cuffs were about to click, she switched up fast. She started dragging Christian, calling him a coward for letting her get locked up and accusing him of standing by while it all went down. And it didn't stop there. Witnesses say Sha'Carri ranted nonstop, spinning the whole thing on him. She even went full-blown victim mode, claiming he was the one who put hands on her. On police cam, you can hear her yelling, "Physically, I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him? We have it on Christian. Are you serious right now?" The desperation in her voice was wild. But the second the unedited police footage dropped and proved she was lying, silence. That fiery victim act vanished instantly. The same woman who had been screaming, cursing, and blaming Christian went completely quiet once the truth was undeniable. Yet, here's the jaw-dropper. It wasn't her silence that shocked everybody. It was Christian's next move. Instead of letting her sink in the mess she created, Christian came out swinging as her public defender. That's right, after everything, he actually stepped up to protect her name. The twist left fans, family, and even teammates shaking their heads like, what is really going on here? Like, we didn't all just watch Sha'Carri put hands on him in public. Christian popped up in an interview defending her. He said he was choosing to give Sha'Carri grace, forgiving her, and that she needed help more than she needed punishment. According to him, she deserved a chance to heal without facing dire consequences for what went down. But when his mom Daphne saw that clip, that was the moment she snapped inside. For her, it wasn't just painful to hear her son defend the very person who had hurt him. It was the way he looked while saying it. Fans caught it immediately too. In the interview, Christian couldn't even lock eyes with the camera. His shoulders sank, his voice cracked, and his whole body language screamed discomfort. It didn't look like a man standing tall in forgiveness. It looked like someone reciting lines out of fear. Every word felt forced, like he was trapped in a script he didn't even believe. And here's the thing, Daphne wasn't the only one who saw through it. Viewers all across social media were saying the same thing. Christian looked like a man being taken advantage of. One fan commented, "If she hit you once in the open, she'll do it again behind closed doors. You're about to be her punching bag, bro." Another said, "She told the cops you were the aggressor and you're still defending her." That's wild. To fans, the signs were flashing in neon. Sha'Carri wasn't protecting Christian. She was willing to sacrifice him to save herself. And Christian's choice to stand by her only made people worry more about how deep she had him locked in. But before Daphne even had time to react, before she could process that gut punch of an interview, something even more shocking dropped online. Sha'Carri's so-called apology video. And trust me, it was not what people expected. Subscribe to Juicy Reel right now, because the apology twist is where the drama takes a whole new turn. Now here's the kicker. You'd think after being caught on camera putting hands on her man and then trying to flip the script by playing victim, Sha'Carri's apology video would have at least softened the blow, right? Fans expected tears, accountability, maybe even some raw honesty. Christian's mother? She was hoping for responsibility, maybe a shred of respect toward her son. But what they got instead? Pure insult. Sha'Carri dropped a 1-minute apology that felt like a slap in the face. On paper, she said she was taking accountability and doing self-reflection. But the visuals told another story. Instead of remorse, she was smirking through the whole thing, grinning like the situation was one big joke. That smile alone spoke louder than her words. It showed just how little weight she was giving the pain and chaos she had caused. That single minute was all fans needed to say. It wasn't the apology of someone trying to make things right, it was damage control with a fake smile plastered on top. And if that wasn't already bad enough, she went even further. Sha'Carri jumped on her IG stories and posted another so-called apology, this time directly addressed to Christian. The post read, "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. From what I've experienced in my past, due to trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it. I love him." And to him, to fans, it didn't come off as love. It came off like manipulation dressed up in flowery words. Instead of healing the situation, she poured salt on the wound and made herself the center of the story again. Stick with Juicy Real because this apology scandal just unlocked a whole new level of drama. I can't apologize enough. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions. Honestly, louder. To Christian, I love you and I am so sorry. That's what Sha'Carri wrote, but just like her video, the post oozed fake vibes. Fans saw straight through it and dragged her with no mercy. One viral comment called it the most unserious apology I've seen in a minute. Another blasted it as nothing but a half-baked PR stunt. People weren't buying it, not even a little. And if Dr. Daphne Coleman was furious before, these hollow apologies pushed her over the edge. Word is, she pulled Christian aside and told him flat out to dump Sha'Carri before it was too late. She wanted him to understand she wasn't playing games anymore. And just to hammer the point home, she went public with her frustration, reposting a string of cryptic IG stories. One of them read, "No matter how good you think it is, there's always better out there. Choose yourself." That was Daphne's way of making it clear. She was officially done sitting quietly on the sidelines. Meanwhile, Christian? He went ghost. No posts, no statements, no interviews, nothing. The only sign of him was a plane ticket, a flight out of the country. Total silence since then. And Sha'Carri? Even stranger. The girl who never missed a chance to talk suddenly went mute. No new races, no cameras, no social media updates. The silence is deafening, and it's making everyone wonder, if Christian is truly finished with her, why is he still protecting her reputation? If Daphne's right and this wasn't the first time, how many times did it happen off camera? And the biggest question of all, is Sha'Carri's silence just retreat, or is she plotting her next move? Because if she is, the whole world is already waiting and ready to turn against her. Stay tuned to Juicy Real, because when she resurfaces, it's going to be chaos.